Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel today. What's the fuss? Well, today I have for you some of my colorings that I was doing. I hope everyone is doing well. I've been coloring in several books here. I'm going to show you. And when I felt sick for about 2 weeks straight, a few weeks back, I fell back on my coloring. But I fell back on some of my other responsibilities that I do in the house. I was not feeling very well. Temperature was fluctuating up and down in my body, cold and hot sweats, even if I went out briefly, just a few of the days just to get to the store and get some groceries. I had a hard time in the store. I just couldn't shop fast enough, get through the cashier, and get the hell out of the store. I was not feeling well. Today, I'm not feeling too good either. I feel very tired, very sluggish, but I thought I'd get this video out. Weather's kind of miserable, kind of feels like I do. And I'm drinking one of these zero sugars, the monster drinks. This one is really, really good. This one here is the Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. It is very tropical and fruity, very pink grapefruit-like. It's very, very good. These are sweet, but they also contain caffeine and, like it says, energy. I'm hoping my energy level will come up from the way I'm feeling. So yeah, I picked this one up in the Walmart out of town when we were either in Tamako or Buckhorn somewhere. I had gotten this one, and it's really, really tasty. And I need a sip. Ice cold in the can. So I meant to say on my husband's way home from work today, I asked him if he could stop at the store and bring me a couple more of these in. That I'll have them. He picked me up 2 or 4 of them at the Sheetz gas station because he was stopping to get some smokes for himself, and also he was stopping to get a little bit of gas in the buggy. He didn't want the needle going down real far, so what was, I guess, somewhere around the close to the half mark. He said he was going to stop and fill it up because we won't be going anywhere today. I feel like crap, like I'm telling you. So I did put supper together, though. I made pierogies with fried butter and onions. My husband couldn't wait to eat when he got in. He was starving. And as he says, I wish he would take a lunch and then he wouldn't come home feeling like this so much. But he can't get through to some men, thick-headed. So anyway, yeah, I barely got the pierogies made right before he walked in the door. So I'm going to show you what I have here. And again, I use colored pencils most. I do use crayons also. I did try a few markers that on some drawings, but they bleed through the pages. I don't like them. And of course, I don't care what kind of markers you buy. I don't care what company you buy. They bleed unless you put some kind of paper in between the sheets, like, just some paper you have laying around to try to help. A construction paper, I guess, would be good, but manila paper, like file paper, the thicker stuff that they make files out of, that would probably be your best, because there's a less chance of bleeding through itself yet too. So anyway, I'm just going to show you here what I got. This book I had gotten from the Dollar Tree some months ago, and started coloring in this one here. This is the Mickey Mouse Club, so it has Daffy Duck, I guess that's her name, Daffy, and Minnie on it. So I skip around, Eventually all the pages will be colored in all these books, but yeah, here's like the introduction page. Did some coloring on there. And sometimes, when I'm feeling really good, I could do 4 or 5 pages, in about an 8-hour period. So, but that's, popping in between doing some slight other things. But if I get stressed, I sit and I color, or um, if I just can't sleep, sometimes I'll stay up and color. So here's one of, I guess her name is Daffy. Finished that one. Um, the white areas, they are colored in white. I color them in white. Now here's an example of what I'm trying to tell you. Bleeds through the pages. This one was done with the marker, and it came out really nice, but it bleeds. That's why I don't particularly care for using markers in coloring books. Even if you buy the better coloring books, which I have some of those, the paper is heavier, but it also bleeds through, where this is just the ordinary run-of-the-mill book paper for these kind of, everyday coloring books. So, give you another close-up of that one right there. Yeah, I find this to be relaxing, and settles your nerves a lot of times. Here's one of each of Donald, and I guess that's Daffy again, or I don't know all these ducks' names. So, got those two done. And yeah, it's it's your own book. You can do what you want with it, and color however you want to. You can color stuff that's realistic. You can just go way off and create something different. I know my grandmother, when I was younger, my mother's mother, she lived right by us, like 3 houses away up in the alley. And if I went up the alley, because I lived on a main street, my grandmother lived on a main street, but there was an alley that ran between the two. Well, when I was small, she used to color in my books if I haven't been there for, some time. I just wasn't up the house, or it was winter and I wasn't, allowed to go up there unless my parents, one of them walked me up to the house. So, but in the summertime, I was always there in the spring and early fall. But when I'd come back, I'd notice Granny had all my coloring books all colored. She must have did it, too, for stress relief, pastime. But my grandma, she colored things any old color, but it was colorful. It was colorful. So she used to get the coloring books at the 5 and dime. Again, Woolworths, McCory's, Ben Franklin, stuff like that. And they were cheap, really cheap in them days. So, yeah, she did a lot of coloring, my grandmother, to pass some time. She'd sit at the kitchen table and get herself a drink and a couple snacks, and she'd sit there for an hour or two coloring to pass the time, especially during the winter. Other than when she was into watching her soap operas. My grandma was a soap opera fan. She watched The Edge of Night. Then she'd do her cleaning in between, hanging clothes, ironing clothes. The days when women had almost all the same schedule. Everybody could tell which day was wash day. So, then she'd get, supper going and stuff like that. And that's when people sat at the table and sat down and ate supper together. They sat down, if they worked close like my uncles did that lived at home yet. They did work around town. And my grandfather, he was a garbage hauler, and he hauled garbage out of the schools. He had a contract with them and that. But they used to be able to come home for their lunch and eat and go back out the door. So they did work in the actual town, and everybody knew everybody. So yeah, my grandmother, she would sit at the kitchen table there, in the afternoons, and color in the evening, way after supper. She might pull the books out for a while. But she was a soap opera fan. Yeah, she loved the Edge of Night. She'd switch between. She used to watch All My Children. She was a big All My Children fan. She was also I'm trying to remember, One Life to Live. But then what was on the other channel? As the World Turns or something. Another World. Both of those things. Both of those soap operas. She watched them too. And some days she'd get sick of one and she'd switch to the other and then come back to the other one some days later. But she was a big General Hospital fan. Hell yeah. That's where I got my love of the soap opera for General Hospital from way back in childhood. And I followed it all the way up into the present. So when I worked second shift, I wasn't able to watch it. And when I would have to, tape it on the VCR and then rewatch it after supper while I was trying to get some schoolwork done sometimes as a teenager. But yeah, my other grandmother, she was into soap operas too. My father's mother, she was into soap operas, but she was into a lot of huge baking, big time baking. And she used to have customers that wanted stuff all year long, from breads to cookies to all kinds of cakes. People calling up for wedding cakes, people calling up for showers, for baby showers, wedding showers, anything like that. Yes, big time, or just no occasion at all. They just wanted homemade baked goods. And she was into tons of crocheting and needle pointing and all kinds of arts and crafts stuff. That one, she was on the go too. She constantly had a schedule of constantly doing stuff. And whenever we came over on a Friday night or a Saturday evening or Sunday afternoon or possible evening at times, every time you walked in the house, my mother used to say to her, "What are you up to now? What are you doing now?" She would say to her mother-in-law. My grandmother was always into something. There was never a time where she could just sit and relax. This is the way she relaxed. She relaxed by staying busy. So, yeah, you never forget those things that, when you spend time with, grandparents or a special aunt, uncle, and, you were like their second child. So, instead of just a grandchild or, niece or nephew, great niece or nephew, whatever. So, anyway, we have this one here too of Minnie. I didn't want to color everything, this pink and orchid and purpley colors that is shown mostly on this color book. I wanted to change her dresses up and her bows and her hair. That one's an awfully pretty one too. And I did that with crayon, colored pencil. And I'm flipping through because I'm trying to show just the colored ones. There's a lot here that I didn't, get the color yet in these books. But this one's from the Dollar Tree. It's only $1.25. Let me see if there's any more in this book right now, presently. No, that takes care of that one for now. But there's plenty more to still color. Okay, this one I had also gotten at the Dollar Tree. This is 96 pages. It's the Mermaid book. It's called Mermaids. I seen another one that's called Mermaids up there. But the pictures in it are I'm trying to think of a word to describe them. There's not much detail to them. I'm not talking adult coloring book, major detail. I'm talking just an average coloring book that's got, pretty much detail and lots of color. A lot, like something like that. The one that I seen, it has hardly anything on each of the pages. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what other words to describe it, but there's not a whole lot to color. They didn't use enough of the paper. They just kind of put everything dead center, and that was it. So I skipped out on that book. So this is the Mermaid one, and like I said, see the colored pencil, or is it the crayon? I can't remember which one this is, but anyway, from pressing and coloring with other ones, it transpired onto the back cover. But yeah, this one here, they're in some kind of submarine thing or whatever you call it at the bottom of the ocean. And then we have this one here with the octopus. And when I was a kid, the coloring activity books are just activity books. Connect the dots, this and that, the maze, things and that. I used to love doing them as an adult, You could still do these. I didn't do them yet, though, but I used to love doing these. zigzag, connect the numbers and this and that business. Yeah, I was always into this kind of stuff. So, this one here with some sea plants underground. Also, the one next to it is it's a mermaid right there. I'd say it's a baby mermaid or something, or a young mermaid. I love the way I did her hair in all these different colors, and then the way I created her tail here. Just beautiful. Put all these different colors together to create like a highlight, some highlights in there. Okay, then let me see here. So if you like to color, tell me down in the comments, what it is you like to color. If it's just ordinary, everyday coloring books, cheap ones, more expensive ones. Tell me if you like to paint by numbers too, or just paint with watercolors that you can get those in the Dollar Tree. I've seen a couple different palettes, that type of designs, and of course the palettes, the colors in them. But I seen one that actually like that paint palette thing that you hold and the colors are around it. It was for $1.25, and then I seen the ones where you just get the paint straight in that rectangular type of container, and then you open and close it, the clear lid on it. You may get a paintbrush in there. Yeah, I like doing that too, but I haven't done it for some time. But yeah, let me know what you like. Okay, so then there's this one here, a mermaid under the sea. And then the one next to it is a whale. And then we have another mermaid. This one here, again, I went with these colors, blues and turquoise in her hair. I like mermaid dolls that you see in the store, for little girls and everything, and how they have the mermaid's hair, all these different, I call them cotton candy flavors or tie-dyes or whatever. I always did like mermaids. Not big into unicorns or, let's see, dragons, fairies, angels a little bit, but I really like mermaids. So then we have this pretty one. And we have that one. Same thing with the hair, see? Didn't make it all one, color. Even on the front of this book, I just noticed it now. See, it's kind of like these different shades of pink cotton candy, and then it looks like it's some kind of like the lightest washed out light blue color running through her hair. I never took good nose to it till now that I'm flipping through this book. Okay, and then I'm not sure, did I show you this one here now? Let me see, right there. I think that's what I just showed you. Like I said, forgive me, I'm not feeling too well today, so I'm doing the best I can. Okay, then we have this one. I think this one is really good too. The way I did the colors in her hair, and then that crown piece on her head. The blue for her eyeshadow. The tail. You just let your imagination just flow out of you, and whatever speaks to you. There is no right or wrong. Don't let somebody tell you, oh, well, why did you color that person's hair green? Or they say, hey, we're living in a time where people are walking around with dyed green hair. So you can do whatever you want. Whatever flows out of you, whatever inspires you, go for it. That's what I say. Go for it. Okay, then we have this one here. And then we got Zeus here. I'm assuming that's Zeus. And just some tropical fish. And then, of course, another mermaid and many colors in her hair and her tail. Everybody's got different taste. There is no right or wrong in my world. You know, there is no right or wrong. Whatever you like, whatever inspires you. This one, bring it close. Okay. And let's see, is there any more in this one? That's it for now on that one. Did I just show you this? I'm not sure. That's how off I am from not feeling well today. So that's that. Okay, this one I got in the Walmart. It was from Crayola. It's called the Food Pals Coloring Book, 48 pages. I showed this in my hauls. But start coloring in it. And this is a pretty simple one, too. You know, it says for, where does it say here on the book? I thought they said 3 and up. Yes, it does. Ages 3 and up back here. So, but this is pretty simple coloring. Nothing too intricate. So we got some food, and we got cherries, and I'm assuming this is some kind of cake or muffin or possibly a pie. I'm not sure, but they're having fun on the sled. The sliding board. Okay, then this side we have the banana. This book was, I don't know, I'm trying to remember. I think this book was, I think it was $1.48, something like that, from Crayola in Walmart. Found this, you know, where the coloring books are. You look for it on the website if you're interested in it. Maybe it might be a couple cents cheaper or just the same. This one here is a wedge of cheese, and he's doing some gardening. And look at how I did that tree. I gave it, you know, some light and then some dark. Same thing here. Same thing with the cheese. I, you know, blended the colors even with the flowers. Okay, then there's a lot to color in this one. This one here's a corn dog. You know, the corn dogs. I love corn dogs. I make them at home here. Or I get them sometimes at a gas station. I might actually have corn dogs under the, you know, the heat lamps and stuff like that. But I make them at home. My husband and me both like them. Okay, so this is a corn dog, and he's being a juggler. And then we got 2 pickles. Same thing. I'll come in close so you can see how I chose some colors, overlap some colors, combine some colors. Okay. And this one is corn, and he's with the saxophone. I love corn on the cob, let me tell you. Every year when it comes out, I eat so much of it, and I really, really like it. Smothered in butter and salt on it, and I cook it in a little bit of extra sugar when I'm cooking it in the pot. Love it. My husband loves corn all year long. He loves it even in the can or the bag, however you can get it. Loves it, you know, when it's in season too, corn on the cob. But yeah, it's one of my husband's favorite vegetables. It is his favorite vegetable. Corn, corn, corn. If you ask him what vegetable, he'll tell you corn. So, yeah. And I love music too. I love all kinds of music. Sometimes I'll put instead of putting, the stereo system on or putting on a little radio in the kitchen, when I'm in the showroom, I'll just turn on because the music's right on television anymore. Just pick a music station from your cable company there, and yeah, I like listening to music a lot too. Find that also to be therapeutic, but also fun. I like to get up and start dancing around like I'm still, 14 or 15 years old. So what I used to do is a teenager, like a typical teenager. I don't know what teenagers do today, but in my time, yeah, be spinning records and then going to cassette tapes and even 8-track before I got to be a teen. Putting the 8-track tapes in my dad's 8-track player, and yeah, I'd be dancing around either downstairs in the kitchen after supper, or I'd be dancing around outside when the weather was nice with girlfriends, and we take tape recorders and boom boxes outside and dance around the yard till we wore ourselves out. And also up in the bedroom, like most typical teenagers, singing to the songs and looking at your rock star magazines, looking at your idols. So yeah, that was the corn. And this one here is a variety of stuff. We got donuts, watermelon, avocados, ice cream cone, cake or pie or something, hot dog, and it looks like an ice cream soda to me. Okay. And sometimes when it's a little older, if I really like the song, I'd turn that volume up as far as that volume would go. And my parents would be downstairs after supper. My father would be banging on the wall, turn the volume down. So here, my brother was behind me in age. And when he got into the same thing, though, he listened to different kind of music other than what I listened to, which was simple rock and roll from all of the generations of, Elvis, the Beatles, and through the 70s with a number of bands, just to name a few. The Eagles and Player, the song Baby Come Back. Oh God, I used to blast that song. And also Early Journey and a number of them. But here, in fact, the bass player in the band, Player, he ended up being on one of the soap operas. Um, he started on one of the soap operas and then he went into movies, but he was actually the bass player in the band Player. So when my brother started behind me in age with the music in the bedroom business, then my father was really banging on the walls twice as loud, banging from downstairs on the hallway wall of the staircase and yelling, turn that music down, because we were both blasting it. My father was going nuts listening to. He said, I can't pay attention to the TV. I can't hear the news. I can't this." And my brother was listening to more hard rock music, and I was still, easily listening kind of rock and roll. My parents were going nuts with the two of us, but it was almost a daily thing. Even in the summer when we were out of school for the summer, I spent more time up in the bedroom. I was not a person I really liked to come outside too often. When the heat was up, we'd wait till it came down. Then, so would my girlfriends and kids I grew up with. Some would love to be out there toasting and roasting themselves, but I used to come down and come out when it was a little cooler in the day. And but in the daytime, no, I'd be up there blasting. My father would be at work at that time, but my mother, she didn't care. She didn't care. She never said turn the music down or none. My mom would, she was a person too that both my parents like music. My father was just going nuts with two different teenagers. But here, My mother, she used to do what some women do, even in the current time. My mother would put some music on, whether it was summer or if we were still in school. My mother would be doing a house clean. She'd put the music on. It would motivate her to, get moving on cleaning. And she'd have quite a bit of work done in the time that we were in school. When you came home, you knew mom was clean and you knew the house was well straightened up, smelled super clean from the detergents and everything. But yeah, my mother, she'd be humming and singing, especially when I was home in the summer. I'd be up and down the steps a lot. The stairs inside the house. I'd be up and down looking for tape, hanging posters more and more all the time. And I'd catch my mother singing. And she'd have the music playing downstairs. And then, of course, I was upstairs playing something different. But I started to get earphones back in those days. So, because now I couldn't hear my music if my mother was playing her music. So I know how my father felt, but it was just funny. My father, he's just going nuts with all of us playing the music, and he couldn't hear his television. So this one here is a salt pretzel, and it looks like he's doing some meditation. Yeah, my father not dislike music. Oh no, my dad liked his music, just not when the news was on or another program he was trying to listen to. But when my father and my mother were dancers, they liked to dance at picnics, bazaars, bar rooms. They entered contests, dance contests a lot of times. My parents won trophies 2 different times, and yeah, they used to like to dance to all kinds of music, country, rock and roll, whatever. My father used to wipe the floor, my mother says. Literally, my father would be down on his knees backwards on his back and doing all that stuff. Me, I'd probably kill myself trying to do that. I'd be bruised up and banged up so bad. But yeah, everywhere my parents, when they went out dancing, they took over the floor. But people used to talk to my parents, how, oh my God, at your age this, oh my God, at your age that, that kind of stuff. No, my parents loved to dance. They loved to dance. So we got this one here. I don't know, it looks like a sandwich to me. So I turned it into peanut butter and jelly. He's riding a bicycle, and there's some peanuts there. And then we have some pasta on this one. A variety of different pastas. And of course I colored them white, as close as I got with the colors I have to work with. Didn't want to make them yellow. Okay, and then this one here looks like a pile of pancakes, and he's on some little raft or something, canoeing himself or whatever he's doing, rafting. And then the last one I have right now currently in this Food Pals coloring book from Crayola is the nachos. Okay. And back to the one with the 100 Baby Animals coloring book. 100 amazing coloring pages. This book is the one my husband got from Amazon for me about a year or so ago. Don't know if this is still available or something close to it on Amazon. But this is the adult coloring book, though. This is more adult coloring. It's more intricate. Okay, so in the front, we have the cover here, and then we have this page, it's, whatever it's called. There's no real coloring. But then the next full page says, this book belongs, I didn't write my name. I know who I am. But it's there, and I just colored that framework there with the flowers and leaves and stuff. Okay. And just going to thumb through some of this. I'm pretty sure I showed this one before, it's the bear. Maybe I didn't, I'm not sure. But it's the bear, and he's laying with the flowers and mushrooms. The next one I have for you, I think I showed this one before. I'm not sure. Is this supposed to be a raccoon in the trees? If it is, I just colored them how I felt like. Whatever my mood was that day. Okay. I'm not sure if I showed the porcupine in my other video, but there's the porcupine or hedgehog. Let me see. Not sure what these are supposed to be. I don't know what they're really called, but I made them into what I wanted to. That's the color I felt like coloring them. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever moves you. Everything does not have to be perfect, matchy-matchy, realistic. It's a fantasy. You can create whatever you want, however you want, color it however you want. This was some bunnies and the beautiful tulips I did. Let your imagination just go. I find that if you just let it flow out of you, it comes out better than sitting there thinking and, knocking your head, your brain around your head. You don't need to. You don't need that stress. This is supposed to be relaxing. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect in someone else's eyes. The best work always comes from just letting it flow out of you and not stressing yourself. Okay, let me see here. Flipping through these pages. This one was with the goldfish. I don't know if I showed this one or not, but is it goldfish? Okay, and I just want to say right now, hold on just a moment, I need to stretch a little bit. I just want to say that these are in the Dollar Tree right now, in case you didn't see my video where I was hauling these. These are the Crazy Art Scented 16 colored crayons in here, super scented, non-toxic, for $1.25. I had grabbed 3 packs these. I already have dipped into them. I've been using them, and they color really nice. Really, really nice they color. And of course you do get this, the scents off of them now. But for $1.25, yeah, I grabbed 3 of them, and I already was dipping in, and I was using them. And they do work very nice. So check your Dollar Tree for these. And of course, Dollar Tree has other crayons, from other companies, and they have a variety of crayons. Even these double-sided crayons I seen, they're kind of a little chubby, like about that chubby, and they're double-sided. They're sharpened on both sides, but there's a different color. It's one color on one side with another color on the other side. I seen them, and I'm trying to remember the company that makes them. And they're kind of like in a beigey, light sandy brown type of box, because they have the skinny ones by the same company that I'm talking about. But they have these double-sided chunky crayons. And there's a different color on the other side of the full crayon. So one color on this side, one color on the other. And I think there's 10 in a box, and you get 20 colors. I think that's what it is. For $1.25, that's a great deal too. Just keep adding crayons and pencils, whatever you choose. They have lots of colored pencils at the Dollar Tree also. I never found the ones in the blue box that people have hauled many times currently, as well as the past years when they show up. It's the colored pencils that are, is it Fang or something? It's PH something, the name of the company. I never did find them. Many Dollar Trees that I was in over what I just spoken, and even currently, I can't seem to find those ones. But some people said they're in Walmarts. But the Walmarts I've been in, I didn't find them in there either. Um, I'm sure Amazon has them and some other sites. But yeah, whenever you see stuff like this, just pick it up and add it to your craft basket or your crayon basket, your pencils, marker basket, whatever. So, instead of paying full price for stuff, when you see this kind of stuff, just load it up. Especially if it's just for stress relief. It's not like something that you spent a lot more money on, and you either did it or paid someone to do it for you, and you want to hold on to it. Just everyday stress coloring, a coloring book, some crayons, whatever. You'll see the more you do it, the more you sit down and find yourself doing this and pay attention to your own relaxation, your own heart rate going down, yeah, you'll become addicted. So I find myself always looking for the crayons, markers, colored pencils in the Walmarts and Dollar Tree. Since I go in, always check the new section for different kinds of newer coloring books, because you're always getting them in both of the stores and anywhere else that you might find this stuff. Other stores that you people go to. I'm limited to what I have, so yeah, I just keep adding. But I'm gonna have to get me some more larger color combination boxes again of colored pencils. Get like 72 and this that, more than 24 or 36. I need to get some more of those, but those I'm more than likely gonna have to find through Amazon again, like my husband did. Walmart has some, but because there's colors in there you just don't get, even up into say 36 or 24, especially certain kinds of greens that you need for like foliage drawings and stuff like that, where there's more than just the everyday green or a lighter dark green, you know, different greens. I find I go through a lot of those and a lot of different shades of blues. So, and I've been using them, and I sharpen them just enough to not waste so much of the colored lead. So, yeah, I have to get some more. I was telling my husband. So, yeah, and then we have this one here. I don't know these prairie dogs or what they are, but whatever animal they are, I colored them. And the beautiful flowers. And let me see what else is in here. These are one-sided. These are not double-sided pages. They're single, and you tear them out, and the paper's a whole lot better quality. It's less chance of making a hole in this paper. Some people make a hole in their drawing, or coloring, I mean, and you make a hole in the paper. Not this. This holds up pretty good. This is better than a cheaper paper in an everyday coloring book. But like I said, it's the cheaper coloring books as well as these, great stress relief. I can't stress it enough. Okay, then we have this beautiful one that I did. I don't know. Is this some kind of little garden snake or something? I don't know. Bring it in. I colored him. Now these are perforated. You can tear these out. You can put them in a frame if you choose to, and put them up on the wall. You need probably, I don't know, this is not an 8 by, I don't think this is 8 by 10. This is a little bit bigger. This is probably 11 by 5 or something. But, because every coloring book is different on their measurements. But, yeah, these ones here, the paper is better. Less chance of creating a hole in the paper. And that's what I have for everybody so far. So I'm going to be doing some more in here. But, yeah, this was the very first book my husband ever bought me, being an adult coloring book. So, lots and lots of hours of stress relief and fun. So, together, that was 4 coloring books I showed you drawings from. There's 4 of them here. And then I have my other ones. So let me see. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Currently I have 11 coloring books. I know there's a 12th one somewhere. It has Winnie the Pooh. It's in some bag. I looked in a bunch of bags, and I couldn't find it. I had bought it from the Dollar Tree, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago, not too long after my husband had first bought me this one. I had found this Winnie the Pooh book. There are other coloring books in Dollar Tree that's by Winnie the Pooh, but not the one that I got some time ago, about a year ago. I have no idea where the hell it is. I looked through tons of bags the other day in a closet where I have just, random stuff in bags, paper bags, and I couldn't find it. So I have to go look in the other closet in another room, which also contains lots of bags and stuff from Dollar Trees. And I'm going to have to get some energy together to go in there one day, and by dumb luck, maybe I'll find it. It's probably among that stuff. But, because I looked on this little table that I have, it kind of has a desk pull-out drawer flat on it, not a deep drawer, as a pull-out type of tabletop-y thing underneath that just pulls. You can use it as a desk, a coloring desk, or just a desk where you sit and, use your, you can use it for arts and crafts, whatever. I've actually got it from when I was moving one time, and a neighbor of mine was moving out before me. They asked me if I want it. It's all glass on the top, but the wooden part, the flat part, where I'm telling you, if you want to write that way, you can pull it out. You can actually put a computer on the top of this glass tabletop also, and then you can put your keyboard on the bottom shelf, which is wood. Like I'm telling you, the glass is all top. The top is all glass. You can connect your keyboard behind there, and then just pull your keyboard in and out, smoothly on the drawer. So, but the top part is just one big solid part of clear glass. I looked on there too to see if my Winnie the Pooh book might have been there. It's not there. So it's buried in the other closet with a bunch of paper bags from Dollar Tree, filled with all kinds of products that I've been getting for a long time, even before the Winnie the Pooh book. But yeah, so that's what I have for everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And like I said, I won't be going anywhere today. Don't feel like it. Be just in home here the rest of the evening. And today is Friday. Tomorrow my husband has to work regular shift. They have a lot of orders to push out, so my husband will be working. He'll get home the same time he does during the week, same time. He always comes in a 2:45, gets out 2:30. He's home like in 10, 15 minutes at tops. And because the traffic is really heavy when he's getting out. It's midday at that time, and people are coming from everywhere, including people that's just out randomly shopping and stuff. That traffic is heavy at that time. And there's, a lot of traffic jams at the lights, the lights on the road. So here, usually when it comes in, so tomorrow, hopefully I feel better too. I'm going to try to get to a Dollar Tree out of town and back to my other one up the hill on Sunday. That's my plans as far as that goes. So, everyone, be good, be kind, keep your spirit up. I'll talk to you real soon. And like I said, if you like this video, thumbs it up. If you're watching me the first time, check out some of my other back content. Look forward to new content by hitting the subscribe and notification bell. That way you'll be uploaded every time I upload a new video. You'll be notified. I'm a little dizzy from not feeling well. I'm a little off the wall here today, but yeah. So everyone, take care, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Where you are. If you have rain or snow, still try to have a beautiful time and a beautiful weekend. And I'll talk to y'all real soon in another video. Thank you, everyone, for watching. So long. Bye bye.